The Age of Innocence is set in 1870s New York high society, a rigid, tradition-bound world governed by unspoken rules, appearances, and moral codes. Newland Archer, a young lawyer from a respectable family, is introduced as a man who both belongs to this world and quietly chafes against its constraints. Newland becomes engaged to May Welland, a beautiful, innocent young woman who perfectly embodies the ideals of purity, obedience, and social conformity prized by their elite circle. Their engagement is widely approved and seems to promise stability and respectability. The arrival of Countess Ellen Olenska, May's cousin, disrupts this orderly world. Ellen has fled an unhappy and scandalous marriage in Europe and returns to New York, seeking independence and emotional honesty, making her an object of fascination and suspicion. Newland is drawn to Ellen's unconventional spirit, admiring her openness, intelligence, and resistance to social hypocrisy. Their conversations awaken in him a longing for a more authentic life beyond the narrow expectations of his class. As Ellen considers divorcing her husband, Newland supports her privately but becomes increasingly aware that New York society will not tolerate such a scandal. The same people who pride themselves on moral propriety quietly work behind the scenes to suppress her independence. Newland realizes that his engagement to May is becoming a prison, yet he lacks the courage to break free. Torn between duty and desire, he fantasizes about escaping with Ellen but continually postpones decisive action. May, initially appearing naive, gradually reveals her own strength and awareness. She senses the emotional bond between Newland and Ellen and begins subtly asserting her place, using social norms to protect her marriage. Ellen chooses to remove herself from New York, deciding to return to Europe rather than destroy May's marriage or endure public disgrace. Her decision is both an act of sacrifice and a recognition of the limits imposed on her. Newland and May marry and settle into a conventional life, raising children and fulfilling all the outward markers of success within their society. Outwardly, Newland achieves everything he was expected to want. Years later, after May's death, Newland learns that she knew all along about his feelings for Ellen and had quietly secured her position by announcing her pregnancy early. This revelation reframes May as both loving and strategically powerful. In old age, Newland travels to Paris, where Ellen now lives. He has the opportunity to see her again, and his son encourages him to visit. Standing outside Ellen's apartment, Newland ultimately chooses not to go inside. He decides to preserve the memory of what might have been rather than confront the reality. The novel ends on a note of quiet resignation. Emphasizing the cost of social conformity, Newland's life has been honorable and stable, but marked by emotional renunciation and unfulfilled desire. Wharton closes with a critique of social repression, showing how rigid codes of innocence can enforce conformity while stifling passion, individuality, and truth.
Please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos.